Hello and welcome to today's episode of T9A in Bavaria. I'm your host, Flo, or T9A in Bavaria, and today I'm talking about 3.0, all what I can know about it. And, well, what can one know about T9A? Well, there have been quite a lot of posts on the topic so far, quite a lot of announcements, quite a lot of questions, and today I'm having a look at all of them. So I used to make a thread collecting all news on it and all videos and postcards on it. So in the thread which you're seeing now, you will later on see this video linked to. So you see, on April the 28th, everything started with the announcement 3 is a magic number. Let's take a look at it. Okay, here is a video basically repeating 3 is a magic number, and on top there's some info. Well, great hobbyists and fellow T9A players, today is an important day, for we bring you an important news. Over the past 8 years we have been through a lot. We have developed 2 editions of Fantasy Battles, as well as several smaller games and side projects. During this time we have made improvements as well as mistakes. We have gathered experience, learned and adopted in a quest to better ourselves, the project and the game we bring to you. Notwithstanding the achievements, besides the many thanks received, we also hear frustration and weariness from T9A players. Among the creators of the game, we are not satisfied either by the results. The adjustment we tried repeatedly did not result in enough improvements to make the game as enthralling as we hoped for. Our experiences have led us to conclude that the core rules of the 9th Fantasy Battles contain fundamental inherited deficiencies that are causing issues to our ongoing design and overall enjoyment of the game. During the deployment of the 2.0 edition of the rules, we have been largely aware of those issues, but we believed and hoped at the time that we could compensate for them in the near term and sort them out at a later date. Well, that was 5 years ago, and now we believe that the time has come to untangle those knots in order to build a healthy foundation for the future. We have not been blind to the problems caused by our structure and processes, and we have decided the time has come to tackle that as well. We want to ensure we have healthy foundations upon which we can build a better game. As you read this, work is already underway to resolve several of the structural issues. It's our hope that this will bring the community a better game over the coming months and years. A game which can be a market leader and which will be able to foster the community and let the community grow stronger in numbers with new and younger players. We dedicated to providing an excellent tabletop mass combat fantasy wargame for gamers by gamers, centered on tactical skill and risk management, rewarding players who deploy and maneuver strategically, focus on rank and file units. Additionally, we intend to provide a game that is enjoyable to play in a variety of formats, is easy for new players to begin, but maintain depth and replayability for veterans, and moreover a faster game. T9A will continue to be supported by a rich and more accessible background, accompanied with excellent art, all while being open to a variety of models available on the market. T9A will keep making the best use of most of the players' collections. Therefore, we have decided to pursue the creation of the 3rd edition of the game. The primary discussions have been ongoing for some time now, and soon we will have the primary high-level goals for the future, ready to be shared with a wider community. We hope you will provide feedback to help us in establishing the aims and goals for the next chapter in the life of this game. How different it will be from the second edition, we don't know yet, but it will be a new edition, not a new game. Among these goals, however, rest assured, one is to deliver the products faster. Most importantly, we want to do this with you, with our community. To facilitate this, we will conduct a series of surveys and open a number of discussion topics for specific goals we would like to achieve. The discussions on more specific mechanical directions will come later. As you're ready to take the next step, we invite you to take it along with us. Our community has always been our strength. And we welcome our greatest fans and most vocal critics to both provide constructive feedback and possibly share the news and the future surveys in their own local communities. Thank you on behalf of the MGNT, Executive Board, Kirsanis and Visconti Di Massetto, Advisory Board Team, Geladis, It Is Flow. Well, I changed my name since to T9A's in Bavaria, and might soon change it to Tabletop in Bavaria. Who knows? Callison, Casp. Well, only 2 XPs. Well, at that time, I think we had 2 active and I think 2 inactive XPs. That has since now changed to 3 active BSBs. EXPs, not BSBs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4 advisory board members. Well, those were the, at that time, most active advisory board members. And yes, you see quite a lot of more people running around with sales tags. Or you don't see them. Well, there exists quite a lot. How much everyone acts outside of giving advice, and how much visible everybody is, and so on. That is basically for each person to decide himself. Well, there are also some discussions and surveys linked, which did lead to the decisions to make version 3. So basically the thing is we want to tackle things, the topic is 3.0 should tackle things which keep coming up as problems repeatedly, which make books try to resolve things on its own, and it should allow to be faster and sort of house cleaning and process cleaning also, and should be more attractive to new players and still attractive to old players. So let's see. 2 months later, in June, around the 8th or 9th birthday, yes, there was another communication. Another year of T9A passed, and the next will be about 3.0. Dear fans and players, T9A is a year older. Many things have been made. Some were great, others we could have done better. Nonetheless, happy birthday, T9A and T9A community. Looking forward, the project announced recently the intention to rate a 3.0 of our core game. Well, 2 months ago. We have created a set guidelines, stuck a team, and work has begun. Well, that's fast on our terms. For the goal of the 3rd edition is to continue the legacy of the 2nd edition, maintaining the overall feel of the game. We seek maximum gain in terms of the goals below for minimal change. 3.0 should feel familiar to existing 2.0 players and be more similar to 2.0 than to any competitor. And it should feel like a natural evolution, upgrading and improving the basic game engine of 2.0. The team we have created to work on this is Eugene as the lead game designer, Crocs as game designer, Dante as game designer, Grimbold Blackhammer as 3.0 project manager. We have created a more public-friendly version of the guidelines below. Please feel free to Well, basically there will be discussion threads. Well, but before, let me take a look at the presents. Well, since then, Grimbold Blackhammer has and I have been 3.0 project manager, and I think currently it's Dan, not Dan T. Dan without T. The guy with the Terminator picture, the former Mr. Hardcore Mod. Well, okay. Then, let's take a look further. 3.0 is a project. Reasons for 3.0? The changing landscape, the wargaming market, reasons for T9A creation and end users are evolving, necessitating a response to stay relevant. Addressing core issues, the main issues stem from the general rules system of fantasy battles, requiring a review of the game as a system rather than just updating army books. Enhancing hobby experience, transitioning to a 3.0 system enables the project to address issues, evolve, and provide a better overall hobby experience for the community. Competitive presence, T9A computes for hobbyists' time and enthusiasm, aiming to be a competitor in the wargaming market with its own identity and brand, known for current creations rather than relying on legacy or past achievements. Okay, so basically things change. We want to stay relevant and go with the time, and want to repair problems we have inherited, and want to become more attractive to current and future gamers. What T9A should be: holistic hobby support. T9A should provide a complete hobby experience, supporting various activities like gaming, collecting, storytelling, and role-playing game campaigns. Core product. Well, T9A core product is Fantasy Battles. T9A FB, a rank and file war game centered around units clashes. Complementary second products. Secondary products that should enhance T9A Fantasy Battle without conflicting with its priorities. Supportive products. T9A should offer support products that enrich the project's lore and background, including novels, art, and other creative works. As a hobby. Holistic hobby? Well, it focuses on fantasy battles as core product and strives to provide a comprehensive and social hobby experience. Okay. Contemporary games. Secondary games should enhance the experience and be integrated into campaigns exploring different aspects of the T9A world. So that means stuff like like the games of Sagayan and the Skirmisher supplement and so on. Creative modeling. T9A encouraged creative modeling and painting, while maintaining faction identity based on the world's background. Freedom of expressions. Players have the freedom to personalize their armies without concerns to future release undermining their efforts. Well, depending on how people see things, that's a difficult thing. For some people, a name change basically wrecks the whole model. For others, it's, well, my head cinema still works with it. When 3.0 should be delivered and how? Internal draft. We aim for completion within 6 months to 12 months and start house testing within 12 months. Achieved. Public testing. Release T9A 3.0 public test versions for download by June 24. Well, it's not June yet. I'll give you some info about if that's still planned or not later. Layout. Begin document layout in March 2024. Still possible to do, but we'll see. Faction compatibility. Ensure all 16 factions are playable in the public test version. 16? What about the supplements? Oh yeah, well, I think they will be transported later. First, the core factions, and then other stuff can be transported too. But first, make the main thing and working. Development team. Former design task team, lead designer, project manager, senior designers. Well, you utilize the broader game design team for support and specific tasks, feedback and improvement, welcome suggestions for adjusting project organization, and seek feedback to improve strategic goals. Leadership and continuity. Lead game designer takes creative lead, supported by senior designers. Project manager handles administrative and coordination tasks. How the team intends to deliver each goal. Resource allocation. XP and AFB will provide assistance and project management support to ensure the team has the necessary resources and maintains a schedule. Roadmap planning. The project manager will collaborate with team leaders to develop a roadmap for publishing the first public test. This will involve coordination with the management and team leaders to ensure clear understanding of tasks and deadlines, aiming to avoid bottlenecks and unnecessary delays. Poor fellow. Poor fellow. I know, I've done that stuff in the past. But I know, and I've seen Dan is doing that really well. 3.0, the game, a better T9A, not a different product. Our niche and where we are now. Okay, niche and mechanics. We specialize in detailed rank and file fantasy battle game with customizable elements, offering high variety and replayability. Strengths of 2.0. Second edition provides a static challenge, balanced gameplay, foster fair play without disputes or disadvantages. No or very few times people honestly expecting something to work totally different after having read the same rule. Preservation and changes. Essential aspects will be preserved, while the design team has flexibility to make justified adjustments to achieve prioritized goals. Let's take a more close look. Okay, mechanical speaking, we believe that our niche is to deliver a rank and file fantasy battle game with reasonably fine-grained mechanics, while still being suitable for medium to large engagement. An example, a typical army for a standard-sized game contains a reasonable number of elements, where reasonable means roughly similar numbers as second edition, 3.4 for further details. Compared to other games, the variety and details of factions and lists should be much higher, and players should be able to play many games without the game and gameplay becoming too samey. This makes for a rank and file game with a huge amount of variability, replayability, and customizability. 2.0 has main strengths as a game. Well, basically cognitive challenge and trying to outwit each other, strongly correlated to victory with the player executing better strategy, high level of balance, and so on and so on. And more on it in a later part, because I think we talked about competing times and time reserves. And now my competition for T9A time, my man has arrived home. So goodbye till next time.